Let me see how that looks. Let me see. Okay, I should have it like this so I can see the chat. All right, cool. So for this live stream, attenzione. For this live stream, I'm gonna create this guy right here on the left that you can't see. Right here, it's a character from a manga that I'm reading right now. So let's see how that's gonna go. So let's create a new folder. Hero, metahuman, new metahuman character. Call it Hero again. And for this one, I'm using 5.8, Unreal Engine 5.8. So this is it's gonna need a restart real quick, but it has a new features that basically you can upload a default mesh and it's gonna wrap around it inside Unreal Engine, so we don't need any extra software. So we're gonna see that and try to create this character right here on the left, which is also my wallpaper. It's just funny enough, kind of obsessed with it. Okay, cool. So again, let's open that up. This is our character right here. This is the base mesh that Unreal comes with. So what we're gonna do now is click on import and wait for it to load properly. And then we can upload a combined mesh. Whoops. So what we're gonna do now is click. Oh. Sì. Non penso, ma glielo chiedo e ti scrivo. Va bene, grazie. Dai, ciao ciao ciao. That's obviously the one time that I do the live, exactly when I do the live, I get a call, so that's funny. Anyway, hope that didn't mess up anything. So let's see. I do have a mesh that is going to be the base for our model, which is this one. So I'm going to upload it. As you can see, it's going to be pretty much overlapping the existing one. And then what you need to do is simply you should, if it works correctly, sorry, that was I moved it out of the way. But so this is the situation right here. So if I press auto solve, it should wrap the MetaHuman mesh to our new mesh. And then we're going to sculpt it from there inside Unreal. So it's still solving. And it has some stylized feature. That's why I'm using that, so that we can start with that. Because this character is stylized, it's pretty stylized. His eyes are gonna be the main issue. Because they're pretty weird shaped. Obviously, they're like manga shaped, which they might not turn nicely in 3D with a MetaHuman, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so let's see. Now it's done. It should be working as expected. In fact, this is the stylized feature. By the way, I'm looking at the what's up, Asmo? I'm looking at the chat on IG from my phone, so sorry about that. But so this is the head sculpt that we're going to work with. And hold on. It is. So, as I said, it's going to be pretty tough to match our references, and I'll show you how. So for this one, something that I figured out pretty late in the process of working in Unreal is that this global delta, it's something that I never changed, and it's actually pretty helpful because, as you can see, it basically, what it is like, it allows you to stretch the mesh to proportions that should not work in real life. So to have it more stylized, you should try to tweak the global delta. Not all the time. Like once you're happy with the result, then you should leave it as is. If you keep tweaking it, the result might change. So I'm using a bunch of references. This is the teaser from the teaser in Netflix. which it looks sick. I'm not gonna lie, but the issue is that this is a different type of 3D. It's not really a metahuman 3D, so we need to adapt that to see. This is the manga, and it's completely different from the animated series. As you can see right here, like his eyes are pretty wide. I've experienced with working with the Demon Slayer video that I made. It was it's pretty weird looking if you actually do it or stretch it out as in the anime. So we're not gonna actually do that as much. The nose, again, it is what it is. The nose is pretty much non-existent in the anime or manga, like literally non-existent. So we're gonna try and understand the shapes of the character. So the nose is pretty small. And by the way, if you want to go past the standard points that the MetaHuman comes up with, you can hold Control and left click, and this is going to be adding new points that you can then drag and tweak. For now, I'm not going to add any textures to it yet. I don't want to get too distracted with it. So I guess the best angle for the head shape is this one. Sorry if the live stream is kind of like it's framed weirdly because it's vertical. If you want to check out the horizontal framing, it's I'm streaming on YouTube as well, so you can check it out over there. So the anime shapes are weird, but we're gonna work with that. Also, what I usually do is I keep going back and forth between the manual head sculpt and the head transform, and then I pick like the ears and stretch it out, stretch it in to kind of reshape the head. And for this one, you can't really add new points. So you just have to work with whatever you have as default. So let's try to make the eyes bigger by just increasing them like this. As you can see, it looks insanely weird, which, I mean, at some point, there's going to be a trade-off between the manga and the realistic kind of look. So one thing is that's pretty noticeable in the character is the eyes are pretty straight at the top, and he's like, his eyelids are pretty down, pretty low, kind of like this. This looks like he's sleepy though. The eyebrows actually help with the overall face expression. Kind of want to recover the eyelids because now they're pretty smashed on here, as you can see. Like if I bring him up and forward, they get kind of smashed together. There we go. So sometimes the symmetric manipulation kind of gets lost a little bit, so you want to deactivate and reposition it so that you have more balanced eyes, or symmetric eyes. What up, what up? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I've been working, hello. I've been working on like a client project. So I meant to do this for a month now. So I'm finally having some free time in between revisions to actually work on it. And also, first time here, hello, welcome. So I'm working on a manga that I've just read. Keep in mind that's my first manga ever, and it's been a drug. It's been so fun, and the story is good too. So if you haven't checked it out, you should check it out definitely. So now I'm working on the main character, as you can see, and I mean, it's weird looking because it's an stylized character. Definitely the head should be bigger. There we go. What about the ears? The ears are pretty big, looks like, at least. Proportions are kind of like, if I lower it, yeah, they're pretty big. We're gonna see if it looks fine in this. Yeah, I think it's not that bad. So let's see with the mouth positioning. As far as right now, we don't have as much references from the animated series, so we gotta adapt to, I guess, our likings, but like we're not as strict. So we can play around and see what it looks best. So this part right here is not like in the drawings. He doesn't have any bump around there, so we can actually lower it probably. We can really lower it. Right here. And then add a new point right here and then push it in. Oops, I think I didn't get that. There we go. Not too much, then the mouth will be too out. Yeah, I don't like this. Whoops. So keep in mind that when we work on, actually, let's do it right now. So right now the eyes and pupils are pretty standard, but in the character, they're pretty big. So we're gonna change it right now. Let's see if I can. One other thing that we can do is use the blend modes, where you basically pick characters, pre-made characters that have maybe some features that you like to implement and apply to your character, and you can blend in between these type of presets. So for example, if I don't like the nose, I've picked 3 presets that I can blend in between and try to get a different result. So it's pretty useful if you messed up like the ears or stuff like that, that it's kind of tough to get it back, and you can actually tweak it and reset it to a normal default. Okay, so I think this is so annoying that I need to fit in the Instagram ratio. Okay, so let's try to apply a skin material. This is gonna look awful. Obviously, as default, it's gonna be pretty weird. I'm actually probably going to use a stylized shader rather than human, to be honest. But what I wanted to do is definitely try to use there we go. Try to tweak the eye so that it looks more like the reference. Any detail is crucial when working on stuff like this. Gosh, it looks so weird. But you gotta trust the process. I've been there with the Demon Slayer video, and it was frustrating. It was Sukuna, the video that I made with Jujutsu Kaisen. That was not looking good at all. And then towards the end, it clicked. So don't expect it to be very good, because all this stuff, it's presets made right now, so it's it is what it is. It's gonna be keep looking weird proportion wise. Let me think. So once you apply like some standard stuff, you can keep tweaking it. Also, another thing that really changed everything is the position of the eyes. And the eyebrows as well. So let's remove this top right here, because we don't need that. And we can actually put something on him. Some outfit. This is the standard metahuman wardrobe outfit. Guess it's not looking naked. Okay. What up? What up? What up? Thank you for tuning in. Definitely the head right here is way lower. Look at the forehead is very, very narrow. So we gotta readapt that. That looks so weird without hair. Definitely the back of the head should be like that. Okay, so I don't mind how it's looking. The only thing that's bothering me a lot is the fact that the back is way too big, and the front too. It's too it's too apart. It's too far apart. So on the point of the nose, it's weird too. We're getting there. We're getting there. I know it might not seem like it, but we're getting there. See, for example, for this one, for the mouth, I'm not sure how it should look, because in the drawings is like just a line. Even in the adaptation, it's let me see, like it's literally a line. So it's not much we can expect. It's way too high, definitely. The nose should be down as well. Huh. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. We're getting there. Yeah, so the whole head proportions are weird. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I need to work on that side of the monitor, so you might have missed some. This is a drawing that I thought could help with the hairstyle, so we're gonna leave it at that, and then this angle. Not bad. So the shape of the eye, it's pretty tough to do here in this mode. So I don't have full control of the sculpting. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see how hairs would fit. Like when I add Bella, Bella Paolo. So when I add the hair, even though it's like we don't have the hair, his hair right now, I'm looking at the airline, where the airline is actually gonna be. So let's pick a short. They really need to update the hair though. Let's get ready for atrociousness. Oh my god. This is so bad. Obviously, again, it's a stylized, so basically the Unreal is putting real hair onto, oh my gosh, onto this character, so they don't fit at all properly. But let's focus on the hairline. The hairline, it looks a little bit too high, but it's fine. Let me remove this because it's atrocious. Okay, so yeah, we need to do something about the head in the back. I get it, it's stylized, but like it's not looking that great. I like that before. Let's see a front. Maybe tiny bit. And then work with the head sculpt a bit more. Here we go. That's a nice shape. And then this one is the issue. Oh. So from the back, it looks interesting. Very interesting. This is not obviously the easiest practice if you want to do something with this with sculpting, because the reference is not really doing any help because it's a drawn reference. So it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird to follow something that does not look 3D. Not a fan of the mouth, to be honest. The potential is there. This is some manga references, but could be spoilers. I'm not going to show you that. Hmm. Again, I'm not sure if I will use a normal skin shader or a more of like a stylized shader, kind of like this one that they're using in the anime adaptation. Oops. I'll have to experiment and see. One thing that we can try to it's like the eyebrows are not even out, sticking out. So it's so weird. Looks like Gollum. Hmm. See, there's no way that I can make the eyes that stretched. As you can see, it gets all distorted and weird. So I'm not gonna try and do that. The only thing that I think really sells the character is the eyes. Like the eyes are like like the expression of the eyes. Like, look at him. It's like dead inside. So we're gonna have to, if we want to sell the character, we're gonna have to do that for sure, rather than try and match it like 1-to-1. I feel like this one could be further apart, right? Maybe. What's up? Thank you for the fires. The fire emoji. I know that it's not looking great right now, but we're working on it. It's a long process. A lot of back and forth, especially with like this anime type of proportions and stuff. Keep in mind that this one that we're sculpting right now, it's a serious expression. So, like, it's a neutral, sorry. It's not like it's like, it should not be, we should not sculpt it with like an expression in mind. So I know he always looks pissed, but that doesn't mean that that's his actual like standard expression. So you don't want to fall into that trap of getting the look that you have in your mind right, and then when you start animating it's always looking pissed, and it might not be useful depending on what you want to do. So right now I want him to look just with a serious expression. So it's always important to look at your model from all angles. So the back of the head still looks, wow, weird. Looks way too bulky. There it goes, a little bit better. It's a little too blocky, probably. It needs to be, in this part right here, it needs to be shorter. I mean, like, not as wide. That's what I meant. And also here, around the ears, this should be inside. Pushed inside is better. So to anyone who's tuning in right now, let me see if someone new. No? Okay. I don't like the ears as much. This should not be sagging at all. I think I messed it up with this one, yes. I think I messed it up. Okay, that's fine. It's fine, I need to... That's way better. Okay, I want to have like a normal line right here. Not as hollow. Oops. Here we go. Okay, kind of like it. It is what it is, but it's looking slowly looking. Proportion wise, I'm not really worried about it too much because, you know, arms, legs, maybe he needs to be taller. Let's see. So height. And then, yeah, I kind of like this. No, it doesn't change at all. But like it doesn't change. It looks like it didn't change anything, but that's because it's dressed up. So when we're gonna dress him up like this, then you can definitely see like he's definitely like his torso is definitely like not double or like half the size of the leg, but like almost. So it's a pretty tall dude. Yeah, I mean I think it's fine. Maybe with like a normal or like with like this type of materials, they're like more stylized. Then it's gonna look a little bit less weird. Like this is completely flat. We're gonna add the scar to it, but it does not look like he's a monster like right here, because what makes him weird looking, it's the fact that you see the skin and your head thinks that it's a human being because of the skin. So if we remove the skin, which I don't think we can do anymore, right? So like even like when I change the texture of the skin, it looks a different monster every time. So that's why it's important. The material is very important. The texture of the skin is very important. No, I lost it. Nope. I don't think I went that far. What was it, 17? You can see it here. Oh no, I just tweaked it. Yeah, 17. So, and again, when you add something like, let's say, the eyelids, like the eyelashes, oh my gosh, it's gonna look so weird. Well, actually, not as much. Now it looks a bit too girly. We don't want that, so the eyebrows, I tend to always go with the same eyebrows because it's the only one that look normal. Do you read Kagurabachi? Yes, I do, and I am actually on par with the manga here in Italy. So I'm waiting for the 10th volume. It's pretty sick. Have you read it? Have you read it? The side is always the side is always funny. Alex, I don't like this part though. Better. Whoops. Okay, I think it's okay for now. The hair will definitely help us with lightness. Trying to see if I can. There we go. I don't like this part right here. It looks way too out low. Now the nose is too big. Interesting. Let's see. That's annoying. Didn't realize that the nose was like. No, let's stretch it out like so, maybe. Let's see it animated. Should be a window right here. There we go. Well, I need to bring it first. I don't know. I felt like I changed something and now it's not looking. Maybe I'm just tweaking. Eyebrows are fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't like the nose. It's too pointy. It's too weird. And then this one should have an arch. And this is too. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay. So I think I'm going to end it right now with this result for now. Then I'm going to work on the hair, definitely. That's going to change everything. And then we're going to work on the clothing as well. I might not do a live for each part, but definitely I'll post some updates for sure. Of the character. So thank you for whoever. Oops, shoot. My hair was all messed up. Thank you for the for tuning in. Whoever tuned in, and yeah. So thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. I guess I need to actually stop it though. Hey, don't judge me. It's